For me and for many Gambians, this landmark occasion today of the handing over can be very representative because it is named after a man who also has printed his name in the indelible sand of time in the Republic of Gambia. Ladies and gentlemen, excellencies, I would also like to acknowledge two former vice presidents who are present here with us to this ceremony. The very Honorable Bakari Bunja Dabo and Her Excellency, Madam Fatima Jawla. Ladies and gentlemen, the Sadauda Karaba International Conference Center being handed over to the Republic of the Gambia this morning is very symbolic for the Gambia and more particularly the new Gambia. To commence the ceremonies, it is my honor to invite His Excellency, the Ambassador of the People's Republic of China, Ma Jiangchun of the People's Republic of China. Your Excellency, your statement, please.
Sadauda Karaba Jawara International Conference Center Garo Okil Mahal do Joni Wani do Chinese Ambassador Gondo Lady Gambia do Ma Jiangchun.
Excellency President Alan Barrow, Excellency Vice President Isato Ture, Honorable Speaker Maria Denton, Heads of Region, Honorable Ministers, Heads of Regional Governments, Heads of Diplomatic Missions and Consular Corps, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. It's a great pleasure for me to be here today at the inauguration ceremony of Sir Dauda Karaba Jawara International Conference Center. On behalf of the government of the People's Republic of China and the Chinese Embassy in the Gambia, I would like to congratulate all of you. I would like to take this opportunity to express my sincere appreciation to His Excellency President Barrow and the Gambian government, especially Honorable Lamin Jobe, the Minister of Transportation, Works and Infrastructure, for their consistent support to the project, as well as the officials, engineers, and technicians from all of the departments that participate in this project. It was because of your hard work and the close cooperation that we could eventually successfully light up the brightest pearl on the smiling coast today. We firmly believe that this project will elevate the already cordial bilateral relations between China and the Gambia on a new high. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, as the Chinese president, as the Chinese ambassador to the Gambia, I witnessed the construction process of the International Conference Center project and personally engaged in the Trans-Department Steering Committee meeting many times. The successful completion of the project fully demonstrates the high standards of China's design, construction, and implementation efficiency, as well as the great potential for the cooperation between China and the Gambia. The project is a $2.5 billion grant from the Chinese government to the Gambian people. The total construction area of the project is about 14,000 square meters with the 1,000-seat major conference hall, 4 200-seat themed meeting rooms, 14 bilateral conference rooms, 4 press rooms, banquet halls, office sections, accessory buildings, and so on. All of these spaces are fully equipped with advanced equipment. I believe that the International Conference Center will become the most ideal venue so far for our Gambia friends to host meetings, gatherings, and other large-scale activities, which will greatly enrich the life of the Gambian people and stand as a monument for our cordial friendship. Your Excellency, President, ladies and gentlemen, our President Xi Jinping, His Excellency, proposed 8 major initiatives during the 2018 Beijing Summit of the Forum on China-Africa Cooperation, among which connection of the infrastructures is a key component. The Gambia government also attaches great importance to infrastructure development, as highlighted in the National Development Plan 2018 to 2021. Soon after the resumption of China-Gambia diplomatic ties, Chinese government, at the request of the Gambian side, decided to implement the International Conference Center project to provide assistance for the Gambian people to host the OIC summit. Today, while we are celebrating the completion of the International Conference Center, the China Aid Road and Bridge project in the URR is also under construction. After a year-long hard work, now 45% of the project has been accomplished. Next year, the road and the bridge project will be completed, accomplishing of the last mile of the national highway network of the Gambia. I'm looking forward to attending another inauguration ceremony for this project with His Excellency President and our dear friends next year. This will tremendously facilitate the flow. The road and the bridge project will tremendously facilitate the flow of personnel, goods, and services in the Gambia and beyond. Improvement of the living standards of the Gambian people, and the provision of a powerful driving force for economic development and social integration can also be expected. Your Excellency, President, ladies and gentlemen, the goal of building a closer and stronger China-Africa community with a shared future through win-win cooperation is a consensus reached by His Excellency President Xi Jinping and the African leaders, including His Excellency President Barrow at the Beijing summit of the Forum of the FOCAC. China always adheres to the principle of sincerity, real results, affinity, and good faith when carrying out cooperation with the Gambia and all other African countries, and attaches great importance to their sustainable development. Currently, the China-Gambia relation has been developing rapidly and stably. China supports the efforts of the Gambia government in implementing the National Development Plan 2018 to 2021 and building the new Gambia. We are willing to strengthen cooperation with the Gambia in the fields of infrastructure construction and others, strengthen the connection between each country's development agenda, and explore the implementation of relevant projects. At the same time, we will continue to deepen the bilateral cooperation in capacity building and invite more Gambia friends to pursue degree and participate in short-term training programs in China, as to promote social and economic development of the Gambia. Your Excellency President, ladies and gentlemen, at today's occasion, let us express our respect to Sir Dawda Karaba Jawara. Naming the International Conference Center after his name is our common consensus. And this is also a great way to demonstrate our deep friendship and a memorial to Sir Dawda Karaba Jawara. As the founding father and the first president of the Gambia, Sir Dawda Karaba Jawara, who witnessed of the Gambia, the friendship between Gambia and China, and is a good friend of Chinese government and the people. He visited China 4 times and developed a deep personal friendship with Chinese state leaders, such as Mao Zedong and Zhou Enlai. Let us follow the footsteps of Sir Dawda Jawara and work together on the everlasting friendship between China and Gambia. Efforts support and excellent enterprises of the both sides, and the great efforts of all of us, the bilateral cooperation in all areas between China and the Gambia will go even further. We wish the Gambia will see more improvement in infrastructure development, as well as development in modern service industry, agriculture, manufacture, and so forth. I firmly believe that the Gambia will step into even greater prosperity. Thank you.
Thank you, Excellency. Behind every great leader is an even greater woman. When bilateral relations were being signed between the People's Republic of China and the Republic of the Gambia in 1974, the First Lady then was Her Excellency Lady Chilel Jawara, who is here present and representing the Jawara family. We acknowledge your presence, Ma. been appreciated by all of us. We are all indeed proud to name this competition after your husband, whom you have dedicated your entire life to. And I work so hard to have his life all the time. Would like to acknowledge your presence and appreciate the next speaker managed this project from every technical angle of this entire staff to ensure not only will the building be completed instantly, which it is completed in a period of time, but to make sure it is quality of standard. The next speaker is the Honorable Minister of Transport, Roads, Infrastructure, a very honorable
President Adam Barrow, Your Excellency the Vice President, Dr. Isaac
Your Worship, the Chief Justice Hassan Jallo, if he's here, present. Speaker of the National Assembly, Madam.
Colleagues,
Lord Mayors of Banjul, KMC, and Birkama Area Council, if they are here. Members of the Diplomatic and Consular Corps, Your Excellency, Ambassador Ma Jiangshun of the People's Republic of China, distinguished invited guests from the People's Republic of China, members of the family of the late Sir Dawda Kairaba Jawara, members of the public services and security forces, managing directors of public enterprises here present, members of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Ministry of Transport, Works and Infrastructure, and on my own behalf, I extend to you a warm welcome to this handing over and inauguration ceremony of the International Conference Center here in Bijilo. The center symbolizes the excellent relationship between the PRC, that is the People's Republic of China, and the Gambia under the joint stewardship of His Excellency President Xi Jinping of the People's Republic of China and His Excellency President Adama Barrow, President of the Republic of the Gambia. To recall and already mentioned, the Gambia resumed diplomatic relationship with the PRC in 2016. And this project became the first cooperation assistance from PRC. But this complex turns out to be a growing list of China aid to the Gambia. Other examples are, as mentioned, $80 million road and bridges project in the Upper River region. A number of technical assistance support to the Ministries of Health and Education, and also growing assistance in the agricultural sector. The project in particular, this project, and as already mentioned, is
a grant of $50 million. And the project was launched by His Excellency President Adam Barrow in September 2017. The works were commenced in August 2017, and the project, that is the works in earnest, and the project became substantially completed in October 2019, a duration of 26 months. The Gambia government provided the project land area of 13 hectares, and the building itself is about 14,000 square meters in 2 floors. And the main plenary, as already mentioned again, can hold about 1,013 people, including 80 VIPs. The building is a magnificent, modern, and state-of-the-art edifice. However, at this point, I would just like to point out and emphasize that this edifice, as I just described, is the result of months of collaboration and teamwork between Chinese and Gambian officials, professionals, and workers. It was only through this collaboration and teamwork that the project was completed within time, within budget, and within the quality achieved. I would also like to point out that throughout the planning and construction process, there was a vibrant capacity building component that was inbuilt in the project, conducted locally and on the ground for the workers and tradesmen involved with the project, such as masonry, steelworks, carpentry, finishing works, installation of the electrical and mechanical systems, and recently, over 20 Gambians from various government departments, as well as from the private sector, were given training in China on how to operate and manage this facility. That said, I would like to indulge your patience to allow me to name just few of the people who have involved in the planning, in the construction, in the supervision, monitoring, quality assurance, logistics, and administrative support for this project. On the China side, let me mention His Excellency Zhang Jiming, who was the former ambassador of China to this country. Let me also mention His Excellency Ma Yuanchun, who has just given a speech, who is the current ambassador of China. Now, I will have to maintain these two names because in all our meetings, the project steering committee meetings, they are present, or they were present. And I would like also to mention Councillor Luo of the People's Republic of China, who is the technical assistant to His Excellency, the Ambassador. The project consultants, I would like to mention Mr. Fu Tangchong, who's here. And for the project contractors, I would like to also mention the contractor Jiangsu Provincial Construction Group, JPC, in particular, Mr. Chen Jun, project manager, and Ms. Zhang Lui, commonly known as Tina, who is the assistant project manager. On the Gambian side, I have to start with His Excellency, the President, Adama Barrow. He not only launched the project, but he was consistently briefed, and he has visited the site during the construction, in fact, in March last year. And whenever the ministry is in problem, I mean, he is the first person I contact with any issue outside the purview of the ministry for his intervention. And without those interventions, I cannot see how we could have achieved this building. And at the level of the ministry, I would like to mention Ms. Maria Mandur Jai, who was the permanent secretary, and now Mr. Maud Sise, who is the current permanent secretary. They represent the ministry at the level of the project steering committee. Now, the ministry also had a resident project team here, and I would just like to briefly mention their names quickly and their designations. Ibrahim Akoli is the coordinator, overall coordinator of the project while he was with the ministry. Now he is with the OIC and continues to be instrumental in the coordination of the works of this project. And I must mention also that the OIC office has contributed over $20 million towards this towards the landscaping of this edifice, and I want to recognize their contribution before this building is used for the OIC conference slated for 2022. They continue to be supportive, and we hope that they will contribute more in building the external fence, which I'm going to see them about. Anyway. The site representative is Mr. Abdullah Karim Cham, who's been here 24/7. Ramatullah Suso is the project engineer, the lady behind most of the support from the ministry, and that's why perhaps we are successful. A lady was involved. Rohi Sanyang, an architect who is on studies. Ambaseka, who is here, also an architect. Musa Fadera, technician. Mustafa Toure, technician. Saidu Job, laboratory technician. Tumul Sonko, laboratory technician. Shehna Kuyate, the driver. At the level of the project coordination, we also had a team, and most of the ministries and government departments were involved at different stages of the project. So I'll quickly run the list, starting with the Minister of Finance, the Honorable Mambu Njai, Minister of Finance, Morsaka, the PS Minister of Finance, Alaji Tal, Minister of Finance, Alaji Jallo, Minister of Finance, Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Minister Mamadou Tangara is here, and his permanent secretaries, Fatou Nyai, Director of Asia Division. We want to recognize your contribution. Minister of Local Government, Honorable Minister, my friend Musa Drame, Buba Sanyang, his permanent secretary, Musa Baji, the DPS, Mamadou Manyang, the Director of Physical Planning, Bunja Jane, Department of Lands. We want to extend our gratitude. The Gambia Police Force, Mahmoud Job, the Inspector General of Police, was here. The Gambia Revenue Authority, now they played a very big role. Mr. Yankuba Dago, Commissioner General. Mr. Esa Jallo, Mr. Joseph Nyai, his team. A lot of materials were imported, millions of dollars, and Mr. Dabo was able to facilitate a smooth transition of these materials to the site. The Gambia Immigration Department, a lot of Chinese had to be processed and brought to the site. Buba Sanyang, former Deputy Director, Sidi Toure, President Director General, and Commissioner Dafe. The Gambia Ports Authority too, Mr. Usman Jomate, Managing Director, Haligai Ferries, Mrs. Rohinjai, Dean Ferries. The Gambia Fire Service, Mr. Ahmad Jangha. NAWEC, Mr. Baba Fatajo, ex-MD, Mr. Alpha Robinson, current MD, because a lot of services had to be run to this building, and they had to contribute. Mr. Pate Sow, Mr. Alaji Cham, Mr. Alaji Diba, Mr. Ibrahim Seka, your contributions are recognized. Gamtel, Mr. Sidi Jaita, Managing Director, Mrs. Ramunyas, Mr. Kewandao, and Mr. Suleiman Gay. For the GCAA, Mr. Abdullah Jame, Director General, and Mr. Kopp. And in the clearing agent, Mr. Mamadou Jame. And other institutions, many institutions were also involved, which I will quickly mention: NEA, JNPC, National Rules Authority, National Disaster and Management Agency, Department of Forestry. By the way, this used to be called the Monkey Park. And they had to cooperate with us to make it available, about 13 hectares. Department of Water Resources, Department of Geology, Canifing Municipal Council, and GASA. There were at least about 1,300 workers who went through this phase of construction, and at least 500 permanent jobs were created throughout the process. Finally, I want to close by extending our sincere gratitude to to His Excellency Xi Jinping of the People's Republic of China, and to our very own His Excellency President Adama Barrow for his unflinching interest, leadership, and support to our ministry and to all projects geared towards the development of this country. Long live the People's Republic of China. Long live the Republic of the Gambia.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. And we are getting closer to the finale of the day. Available gifts. His Excellency President Adama Barrow will be giving to His Excellency Ambassador The first is for His Excellency, Mr. Ambassador of the People's Republic of China. Your Excellency, kindly do us the honors. This is to say thank you, through you, Mr. Ambassador, to the People's Republic of China for the collaboration, bilateral relations, and all the efforts your government is making in the Republic of collaboration. Thank you, Excellency. This is going to the consultants of this project. The consultants of the Sadala Karavan International Conference Center. The second gift is for them. JPC. Thank you very much for a job well done for the consultants. And third is to the contractors. The contractors. Thank you very much. So before quickly by the award awarding of certificates to Mr. Zhang Fang Mei of DPC. Thank you. We have the certificates. There'll be 3 certificates. And the second one will go to the project management team by now.
No.
And the third to Ramatullah Susu.
Nude man.
Ramatullah Susu. And finally, to PMC.
Okay, Wapana.
PMC. Thank you very much, everybody, and thank you, Your Excellency. By now, we all know the International Conference Center is named after the first president of the Republic, a man who has done greatly for his state, who believed in the Gambia when very few around the world believed. In 1965, many were of the view that this country called the Gambia would not be able to sustain itself, let alone survive as an independent state. It was Sadauda and like-minded people that believed in the viability of this small land divided by 2 banks, by a small river. We are here now, more than half a century in the Gambia, celebrating. Therefore, we must acknowledge the foresight and determination of our founding fathers, the reason why we're all here in the Gambia. Therefore, naming the International Conference Center after such a man is only but right. I will now like to call on a member of the family of South Africa, Canada, Jawad. Thanks.
Good morning. Your Excellency,
Hello? Hello?
members of the Islamic Christian Council,
I'm not listening to
the ambassador of the People's Republic of China to the Gambia, ladies and gentlemen, and all I am standing in for my brother, Junior, who couldn't be here, and his little sister. And my name is Never. I am saying on behalf of all of us, it is with great pride and great joy that we gather here today to celebrate. Thank you, Mr. Minister of Transport,